What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the tutorial action. Today, I'm going to show you set. I am getting so sick of seeing set players who are not set mains coming in. They're very strong players, mind you, but they're coming in and they are misplaying set so hard. Set, as far as I'm concerned, has two really strong opening things in his kit. Everything else is suboptimal, and that's a big claim, but I'm going to back it up here. So build number one is a 4-minute advance time, no monument. So the monument comes in after you click up. That's build number one, 4 minutes. Build number two is a 4:30 advance time with 2 monuments. The second monument comes up while you're advancing to the classical age. Any variation on this build, maybe a 1 monument, earlier 1 monument, 4:30, where you want to try something else, is completely fine if that something else makes a lot of sense. But the general structure of this build are those two ideas. 0 monument for 4 minutes, 1 monument 4:30 with the extra monument coming up while you advance. I'm going to show you the latter of the two. I believe the 4-minute one you can extrapolate fairly easily by simply just not building the monument here. You'll understand how it works. But we're going to just jump into it. It's been a long intro, so I'll put a little timestamp to skip to the build if you guys want to skip the explanation, but it's all good. Alrighty, let's go. So we're jumping in with set. First things first, 2 villagers over onto our giraffe. The next villagers are going to be coming over onto gold. We're going to do this. You're going to go scout. You're going to put me a mining camp here. We're going to get ourselves this. Now, Pharaoh is going to come, or Great Priest is going to come over here and do this. Now, 2 villagers straight away to the gold is all we need, ladies and gentlemen, to start with. That's all we need, ladies and gentlemen. 2. Don't get it twisted. We don't put villagers here later. I see a lot of set players doing this wrong. They go the wrong way with their villagers to gold, and it means that their temple is super late. So next step, 4 villagers onto food. We're going to put a house builder over here next to the sentry tower. Not a house builder, a monument builder next to here. House builder, monument builder? Can't remember. We're going with a house. Next villager that comes out is going to build our monument and then head over to food. This villager building the house is going to jump onto gold. Very simple. That's why we build that house near the gold mine. Very important. You can see monuments down, no idle villager time. Onto the second one. If we didn't have this giraffe, we would still be fine because we've got the gazelle to grab here as well. And grab these pigs, send them home. A little bit of force dropping here, not a problem. Once this monument's done, come over onto food. No problems. Wonderful. And we need to get ourselves a temple. You can see what time it is in the game. 2:10. We're going for a 4:30 advance time, so we need this temple down pretty much now. So we're going to chuck it down now. Boom. 1 minute. It takes about 1 minute for it to build. We're going to eat this hunt. I'm going to push this giraffe back closer. That's kind of close enough, but our hyena is going to help. And we are well on our way here. Oh. That'll do. Great. So then, once this temple is complete, we throw down our second monument and we advance. It's completely fine. It's exactly what happens. It's great. These guys can come here now. You come over here. You build me a monument. And you can see it's going up before I advance, but we're going to have enough food. It's completely fine. And we're going to be able to advance 2 monuments here. 4:30. We can get ourselves a second town center if we choose, or do whatever we want from here on. I'm not going to give you any more than this, because a wise man once said, min-maxing build orders is a waste of time. Better to spend your time getting better at the game. I'm here to say you're right to a degree, But if you put yourself in a suboptimal position at the start of the game, you get yourself into a lot of positions you wouldn't necessarily be in if you were min-maxing builds. This build in particular, let's just pause here. This build in particular nets me 2 monuments, 430 advance time. I can get myself a second town center. I can hard classical fight. I could fast heroic now. I can do whatever I want behind this. The beauty of this build for Set, and this build also works for Ra and for Isis if you have enough food to start with in your starting base. In fact, Isis can do it maybe a little bit easier without building this house, because you don't have to build a house because you've got 18 population. You can see that I'm at 20 population now. If I kill my zebra, that's 1 population. If I kill my hyena, that's 1 population. So I go down to 18. So I would be at 18 pop to advance at this time. So Isis is very, very strong with this strat. So you can do this with those gods. But the reason why you do it with Set and why it's so important with Set is this favor that I get from 2 monuments equals food from my pharaoh. This gazelle costs 2 favor and nets me 75 hunt. This giraffe nets me 112 food for 3 favor, or whatever it is. Maybe it's 150 food. I can't remember. But it's incredibly strong, and it allows Set to effectively hunt the entire game, or at least for the better part of 15 minutes before you might want to think about farming. And it's so strong. It's so strong. And you don't necessarily have to fully go into the food as well. If there's food on the map, you can eat that. Totally fine. But safe villages, no walking time. I'll take that any day of the week. This build tier is for you Set players out there playing on Verbally. It does work on extended edition, but the animals of Set are a little bit more expensive, so it's a little bit less good. You might want to go into just doing the 4-minute build and abusing Kopesh. It's really strong, and using shifting sands, etc., etc., etc. But here you go. This is the build. Take it as you will. This should be the meta for Set. If people do anything different, they are not playing optimally, in my opinion, and said game can be thrown out the window as to whether or not something is busted or not. Anyways, if you enjoyed this build, please consider hitting the like, the subscribe, the join the member club. I'm going to be chucking up this build in image format for my Twitch subscribers and Patreon members, so you can go and sign up over there, and I'll see you guys in the next game.